What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Impact on Social, the show that aims to empower, inspire, and uplift anyone wherever you are. We are so excited today because on today's show, my guest, you have seen the introduction. Hey, I don't need to say anything further. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Queen, Kezzy.
Makofi tafadhali.
Hey.
How are you, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God. I have been waiting
for
this day.
Me too, girl.
I absolutely love everything that you stand for.
No, thank you.
Oh
I love
my
everything that you
gosh.
do. That's why we're here. That's
Yes.
why we're here. We're here to
Yes.
impact, to empower.
Hey, and inspire.
This is the Queen Zone. And you know, it's so
Yeah.
interesting that we decided to call it the Queendom because queens rule. This is what we do.
That is what
right.
it
And
is.
what you're doing is queen moves. So I just
Oh
want to
my
big you
gosh.
up on all that.
Oh, thank
and a
you
bag
so
of chips. You're doing
much.
so well.
So you've seen 2-3 episodes that have been
Yes.
up already.
Absolutely. What? I'm like, if you go on my socials, by the way, you'll find Chris all over. Like,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
this is absolutely
you've been
wonderful.
amazing at
Yeah, no,
plugging
I
us.
appreciate
Guys,
what you're
let me
doing.
just introduce who Kezzy is. Kezzy does such an amazing job in branding other people. In fact, how we met was because you were bringing one of your clients here.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Akoth,
yes,
who we're going to
that's
be
right.
having soon.
Yeah.
And so she helps you brand your page. She helps you brand your entire, like everything that has to do with brand strategy.
Right.
This is your girl right here.
Right,
So
that's
I
right.
love that
That's
about you.
Absolutely. You know what? This is the season. This is the moment for digital branding.
It is.
All sort of branding was happening on ground, but we
Yes.
completely negated the whole concept of digital media.
Yes.
So of course, at this point in time, this is when I come in and I'm like, listen, fix this up, let's
Yeah.
fix this up. And you
Yeah.
know, I too learn as I go.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my territory. I'm
Yeah.
all things media, all things digital.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And of course, you have a whole background
Yeah, that's
on
right.
advertising
That's right.
and
Yeah.
communication. That's your
Yeah,
specialty.
that's
So tell
right.
us a little bit
That's
more
right.
about that.
Oh, Krishna, where do I start? It's like when I was 2 years old.
Yes, please.
No,
You've always loved-
I've always been in the space of media and communication.
Yes.
I mean, even I think I was like 10 or something. I was like on adverts and stuff.
Oh, wow,
And it's
really?
yeah, and it's very quickly that I realized this is what I want to do. So I left the country. I went to South Africa and I studied media in its
Okay.
full flesh.
Wow.
At that point in time, listen, South Africa has a lot of opportunities. So I sunk my fingers into all sorts of areas and elements, and I
Yes.
was handling MC events, and I learned how to do from the big stuff to the little nitty gritty, how to speak. I did
Yeah.
voice and diction for 2 years. Can you believe it?
That's why you're so
Yeah.
eloquent and
So,
well spoken.
I don't hear it, but apparently when you now put yourself in a
I
public
can tell.
platform,
Everybody
like,
can tell.
Apparently so. So anyway, that was my beginning. That was the kickoff of the journey.
Okay.
And from there, I've done more than 10 years in Nairobi on advertising. So I've managed, a couple of brands. Coca-Cola I've managed. Well, as in the accounts department,
yes,
right?
yes,
so
yes,
this is
yes.
account management.
Still
So
in
you
that
manage-
under
so
that
it's
same
all
umbrella.
under-
So whether you were doing
so
accounts
exactly,
or
yeah. So what you call it is account management, where I'll take on an account, which is like Coke, and I'll just manage the brand completely and ensure that it works.
Wow.
And luckily, I've touched outside Africa. I've managed 7 countries. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris, everything was so vibrant. I was doing so well.
Yes.
My career was peaking.
Yes.
I mean, it was lovely.
Yes, yes.
And then,
And
are you
then,
ready?
No, not yet, not quite
ready.
yet. I know the then. I know the then.
You're not
'cause you
ready.
and I,
You're not ready.
My life changed when the then
Then,
happened.
that's
before
what we're
we
getting there. And
So
then,
before we tell you about the
Right,
then,
right.
let's just dive a bit more about your experience in South Africa.
Yeah,
I
experience.
mean, that must have been something else.
Yeah.
Because I can see how eccentric you are. You are looking amazing. But
Oh,
ladies
thank
and
you.
gentlemen, if you love her outfit, can you comment down there? This girl
Hi, I
is
know,
such a vibe.
goodness, Chris, what are you doing?
I love it. I feel like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
channeling Erica Badu.
Yeah, no, am I? So like, I need to sing. I was like, I need to have a
like
song.
there's a lot of jazz going on here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
just
hey, hey.
I also don't like the concept of when you grow older, it gets worse.
What do you mean? As you get older, what gets worse?
So you're supposed to be aging, and it's supposed to you're supposed to be looking, worse. And we need to look better, so you need to age gracefully.
Oh my
Older
gosh.
you get, you need to put it together.
Who is even aging?
Who is aging?
We are getting
Like, what are you talking
the
about?
story of the Benjamin Button. Have you watched the movie? Have you watched the movie?
Yes, I have.
Oh my
You
gosh.
start off
Yeah,
with-
let's just
take away.
assume that's
Let's
where we're
just
at.
right.
Gosh. South Africa, Kezzy?
Yes, girl.
Oh my gosh. You know, like I love Cape Town. You know, they have the best nyama choma. What do they call it?
Yes,
there?
bright.
Ooh,
Yes.
and, it's good. And their wines are so good. I still, to this day, I still drink South African wines. I love.
Absolutely.
I love the vibe. But more than that, like, I feel like you're so eccentric, you're so well spoken. Do you feel like the culture had anything to do with who you are now?
You know what?
Yeah.
It's so funny you should say, because I lived actually in the hub of all the vineyards.
Oh my God.
It's so strange.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I'm about to take a flight.
No, you're bringing that
I'm
energy
bringing that
now
energy
to
here,
Kenya.
and that's important that you should say, because there is a lot of energy when you travel. So it's not necessarily that their culture impacts you; it's
Yes.
that you open your mind.
You're more exposed.
You're more exposed.
Yes.
You're open to receiving information, seeing things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that really helps you off. So
Oh, totally.
Yeah. As soon as I came back, I didn't necessarily speak or talk like a South African, but I mean the fact that my mind was open, I was
Yeah.
ready to absorb a little bit more.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like for me, what I noticed was when I, you know, because my background is I used to fly.
Right.
I was a flight attendant for several years.
That's correct.
And I flew with Emirates. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did see the world. For me, I feel like it was a free ticket to see the globe.
That's correct.
Like
yes,
I
yes.
traveled to so many countries, and I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
What you get is exposure.
That's right.
Your mind opens up. You
Yeah.
realize, wow, there's a different way of living
That's
here
correct.
and there.
Yeah.
And that it's okay to be you.
Yeah.
And to pick this and to pick that from
That's
there,
right.
especially when you even try different foods.
Yeah.
Like one of the things I miss the most about traveling is the food.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
let's talk about the food in South Africa. I must be hungry because I'm talking, let's talk about this braai.
You know
Tell
what?
me.
It's so funny. You're discussing cuisine right here, right now, because I remember one day.
What's your favorite dish?
Oh my, a bunny chow. Let me tell you what a bunny
That's
chow
Chinese?
is. So it's South African.
Uh-huh.
What they do is they take a loaf of bread
Yes.
and they cut it in half,
Yes.
and then they open the inside and take
Yes.
out all the bread,
Yes.
and they fill it with like
Meat.
With meat.
I guess.
And it's I don't want to call it street food, but it's stuff that you need to walk on the road.
It
to go
is
and find
street
your,
food. No,
it is street food, right?
Because even me, I love hot dogs.
Yeah.
I love hot dogs when they're done on the streets.
Right.
Like I remember I would have one in Toronto.
Right.
And you get a chance to add all the,
That's the thing.
toppings that you want yourself.
Yes.
So you do the olives, the
That's
pickles, the
right.
stuff. So is that what they do
That's
with
what
the
they
bunny
do.
chow?
In fact, you go and find it on the road, and then you need to eat it on the road because
Yeah.
it's delicious on the road.
Yes.
So by the time you're getting home, like you've done
It's
your
not,
bunny chow.
yeah,
like, it's
if
really
you
nice.
take it home, it's not
Yeah,
the
it's not
same.
the same. Yeah, exactly.
I am
So
on the same way. I love to eat it
enjoyed.
there.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that street cuisine in South Africa. And
Yes.
again, when I came home is when it hit me like, wow, that was a really amazing experience. I wish I could do that again and again.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have some here as well. So even here,
Yeah.
I mean, I would enjoy my roast maize or what have you.
Yes.
It's just an understanding cuisine and understanding the different elements of different countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't work so hard on our street food though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I remember
It's
once I went, ours is a bit lazy.
lazy.
Boiro,
Yeah, it is,
Smokies,
yeah. It is,
you know,
yeah.
like, and then the maize.
Yeah.
But the maize, me, I penda. And I remember going to Uganda.
Right.
We traveled to Kampala.
Right.
And they had chicken on the streets.
That's correct, yes.
They are grilling chicken on the streets. Oh my gosh.
They even have
we
egg,
stood and we were just like.
Yeah, they do a lot. They
I love
actually
the
put
street food
energy
in
the-
UG.
So let me give you a quick fact. It's so interesting. When I was in advertising, I was working with a company, an international brand.
Yes.
And they quickly discovered that Kenya has two different types of cuisine.
Yes.
The coastal cuisine.
Yes.
And then we have your kawaida ones, right?
Okay.
And the kawaida one, our cook time is fastest. In the whole country, we cook the fastest. So we boil, fry.
That's it. That's it.
When you go to Nigeria, they take longer times to do food.
Oh
Maybe
my, even Ghana.
That's right. They take the marinade.
Oh my
and all that
gosh,
stuff.
like the whole morning.
That's right. Yeah. So it's just a
Have,
quick fact.
have you ever had Ghanaian food?
No, it's so interesting. No.
I
You
have
need to go
take
for
it.
lunch.
I have
You
to
need
take
to
it.
take
There's
it somewhere.
a restaurant nearby called Ashanti.
yeah.
Oh, I
All
love
right.
their food.
All right.
Let me tell you what I love about Ghanaian food. Okra.
Oh, is it?
Okra. They give me that any day. Oh, and they eat well. And I love how they compete on who has the better jollof.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Between
Right.
Nigerians
That's
and
correct.
Ghanaians.
Yeah.
If you're from Ghana
Yeah.
or Nigeria, or you even had their cuisine, please just
Good,
type here and
that's
tell
right.
us what your favorite dish is. I've had
Yeah.
so much Nigerian
Right,
and
right,
Ghanaian
right,
food,
right.
from gari
Gosh,
to
you enjoy your Ghanaian
egusi
food, I
soup.
can see.
Egusi soup.
Egusi
And now
soup.
that takes forever
Oh,
to
yeah.
make.
And that process is, I don't know, I feel like that's what makes stuff delicious.
Yeah, and you know, it's part of their culture. I mean, there are foods that are quick made
fry.
really quick and are still yummy. I mean, we're not like hating on our own food. Our food is good.
But it's quick.
What's a food that you love that's here?
Ugali and eggs.
Ugali and eggs with
For
the
some strange
pilipili
reason,
and
yeah.
everything. Oh, me too, me
roast
too.
me that
It's such a vibe.
any day.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, like I said, that's what brings us. That's what makes us different.
Yeah.
The exposure, knowing that this is fast.
Yeah.
This is slow.
Yes.
You know, it's what makes.
Are you a good cook?
What? Girl. What? Let's ask my hubby, babe. No, never mind. Let's leave him out of this. Yeah.
He can type it
He
down
can
in
type
the comments.
it there. Yeah, I'm gonna let him know.
You know, he's Msema Kweli.
Yes, this is Kweli. That's right.
So I love that you and I share a couple of things that are common.
Right.
And like in common, such as obviously we're both moms.
Right.
And I know that for me, becoming a mom really changed the trajectory of my career.
Yeah.
And you know, I've read a bit about your story, and I know that also is you know, part of who Kezzy is, the queen.
Yeah.
So please tell us a little bit more about when you became a mom and what changed. Were you now a bit more settled in your career, or did you just take the back burner and you kind of thought, you know what, let's figure out this mom thing first?
Right.
And in the process, did that open up something new for you? So tell us.
Wow. First things first, I fell in love.
You
That's where the trouble comes. You know, as soon as you're like, this guy though.
The guy.
Yeah. As soon as my hubby walked by, I was like, well, I'm done.
Yes.
And I met him at work.
Oh, wow.
So can you imagine, I'm in the top of my career, I'm moving my trajectories, you know, emails and getting clients.
Yes.
And then I see my husband, and long story short, we got married.
Yes.
So
it worked out.
Yes, it worked out.
Okay,
Yeah, he asked me. Yeah.
Share
Let me tell you.
Just tell us a line.
Let me tell you. I'm telling you, when I get home, it's gonna be like, but babe, these interviews you go for.
Please just tell us one pickup line he gave you, and you were like, okay, this has to be the one.
Goodness, is there a one pickup line? My husband.
Or what did he do that made him so special?
He bought me fruits.
Oh.
At work. I didn't even know that he was like, I didn't know the guy was interested. I'm telling you, as soon as those fruits landed on my desk, I was like, this guy is done.
That was
a wrap. It's a wrap.
You know, anyway, it's the tummy.
I didn't know. I
take care of my appetite first.
But long story short, we fell in love. He's a lovely guy. I thank God for him. Even through the ups and downs, like we're always like ride or die. And it quickly moved from, you know, oh my gosh, this guy's so sweet, to a small family. So I got pregnant in the same year, generally in the same year. So our baby's like a honeymoon baby.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as she dropped, I don't know about your life, but my life changed.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, they say, it's not a very cute thing.
Okay.
But can I say what they say? They say that when you have your first child, there's a death that happens to your old self.
Right.
And so even when women go through things like postpartum, it's because there's a sort of mourning that's happening of their past life.
Yeah,
you know.
it's the
so
truth.
I don't know whether you felt like while the change was good, you were so in love with this baby, was it like, oh my God, where's Kezzy?
Right. Yeah, I went through that, Chris.
You did.
What you're saying is fact, It's not the nicest way to say it, because, you know, there are women who are looking forward to being moms.
And no, of course.
The death isn't, so sometimes I look at it like...
Of the old self.
That's right.
Of the old self.
That's right.
Not of anything.
Exactly. In fact, when I talk about anything motherhood, I try to get the woman to find who the new self is, because there is an old self that has gone. And women are trying to, Kezzy, I want to get my body back. I want to get my mind back. And sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about building the queendom around who you are now.
Yes.
The new you has a whole new element.
Aspect,
And you need to let it shine. Just like a light bulb.
So emotional.
I know, honey. There's
it's so emotional.
Much
like
you would fall,
because we as moms, like, I feel like when we have the babies, it's like our heart leaps out of our heart.
That's right.
And you watch it start moving their feet and their legs.
That's right.
And it's like you fall so deeply in love with this child.
Yeah, but you then forget yourself.
You forget there's a bit of that.
That is what happened to me. So first of all, when I got pregnant, I got fired. Is the one thing that I had never thought would ever happen to me.
You didn't have much leave?
I didn't have maternity leave.
Wow.
They instantly fired me on the spot. I was 7 months pregnant. It was horrible.
Wow.
And I couldn't take legal direction because I didn't know, am I going to give birth or am I going to go through a court? I didn't know how to move.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that was legal, and I don't think it was.
No,
But
it's not.
at that point in time, the impact made me realize that first of all, I have nothing. My whole big career and all these like nice things, like it all just surmounted to nothing.
Wow.
I was in my house, I'm pregnant, I have my family, my husband is there, he's supporting me 100%, but I was like, okay, so what's going to happen to me? And so when I had the baby, after the 3 months, it hit me that I have nothing to go back to. I don't have a career.
A job,
like,
yeah.
what happened to me?
Yeah.
And then I had to figure out who I was.
Yeah. So you had to redefine.
And that redefinition
is
it's actually the slogan of the Queendom. We say it's the African woman redefined.
Yeah.
Because this whole
they don't know what the Queendom is.
Oh,
so
right. So sorry. I'm really sorry.
They have no idea.
So before we get to the Queendom, I'm really sorry. In this
that's
redefinition of who I am,
as a
I
woman,
discovered that I am a mom. And a motherhood journey is one of the biggest calling that I think a woman can ever have.
Yeah.
You're never really you. You're always you, me and my children, me and my husband, me and my... So I realized that there's a world around me. And that world gave me that closure. I felt a little bit better that I have, a whole queendom around me.
Yeah.
So I called it the Queendom, and then I realized that I'm not the only one going through this.
You realize there's other moms.
Exactly. Yeah. And so very quickly, I moved into using my digital expertise and information and marketing to try and create conversations, empowerment, information around being a mother, using digital media, using all the information that I've gathered, tools and tips and tricks, just to ensure that the journey is slow and smooth
and seamless,
and that you enjoy the new you. That is what we do.
Wow. I know for sure, like, it's funny because even in the last episode we had one of the biggest realtors, and we're talking about how, like, to whom much is given, much is required. That verse keeps coming in my head every now and then. So you guys might hear me talking about it more and more. But and sometimes some people have the idea that necessarily means wealth or success, and sometimes it could be experience.
That's
so
right.
you becoming a mom and realizing that you're having to redefine who you are. You don't have a job to go back to, and just what you thought was your career seems kind of like it's gone.
That's right.
And it's like, who am I now?
That's correct.
And I think that kind of made you decide, what, I need to figure this out for Kezzy.
That's right.
For myself.
That's right.
And that's the experience, the match. And so because that match has been given to you, it made you start thinking about who else is going through the same experience. Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of women
on the contrary
might have even lost their jobs because they had their baby. So I love that.
Even the ones who do have jobs, even the women who are going back to work, are stressed.
It's struggles.
And struggling. In fact, when a motherhood kicks off, when your baby is born, you are first a mom.
You're first a mother.
You can be in an office with a woman who's not there.
Yeah.
She's there, but she's not there.
Mentally.
She's dealing with a nanny. She's worried about the baby's temperature. And so we want to equip her to give her all that stuff that she needs so that she's enjoying the journey. Women are expected to go back to work fully breastfeeding 100% and leave the baby. So you need to go back to work, but you need to breastfeed the baby.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous, honestly. And not to rain down on our system, but one of the things that really shocked me, because I came back home in 2018 and I'd been gone for 11 years. I left when I was 21 years old. I came back at 33. So I think there's a lot of things as an adult that you would have picked up if I had you been here. Like, had I stayed, had I gone to uni here, had I gone to college here, had I had my first boyfriend here, there's a lot I would have picked up in my 20s, but all my 20s I was away. And so there are things that are a shocker for me, such as the fact that mat leave is only 3 months.
3 months.
In Canada, mat leave, when I had my baby, was a whole year. By the time my baby was born, that had been changed to 6 months extra. So we had 18 full months of maternity leave.
Why? Why do they do that?
So they do that because, one, we don't have a system where they have nannies. So most people are not able to leave their child to a
Right,
caregiver.
that's correct.
And the system that's there is you have to take your child to daycare, which the younger the baby, the more expensive.
Yeah.
So for a newborn, a baby around 6 months to a year, you're looking at around $50 to $100 an hour.
Yeah, it's
An
expensive.
hour.
Yeah, it's
An
expensive.
hour. So what happens is women are just able to drop the baby off for 2 hours, go shopping, buy things for the house, come back, grab the baby, go home.
Yeah.
Right? So it's such a sacrifice, and that's why you find in developed countries, women don't always have babies when they should.
That's
like in their
right.
early 30s and stuff. You'll find they'll wait to figure out their careers first and then have the kids. Or alternatively, they'll have just one or two.
Yeah.
You know, we are known to mother many babies.
Have the babies.
Yeah, we are Africans, you know. And you know, there are things I love about our culture, the fact that we are able to afford help.
Yeah.
You know, because you cannot afford help in developed countries, because most places you have to do you know, most countries have a minimum wage.
Yes.
So I mean, why would I come work for you if you're giving me less than the minimum wage that I would get in a restaurant?
Right,
so no one is good. You know, most people will not become your nanny unless now you get you bring in one from the Philippines or one of these other smaller you know spaces. But yeah, it's interesting that we're talking about that, because wow, it is such a struggle. And I know there's so much you've discovered along your journey, like you know, with women and how much they're struggling even with their mental health, and you know, just trying to be there even when they go back after the 3 months.
That's correct.
So what are some of the programs or networks that you've made that have helped these women to be able to come up with with support systems that work for them?
So
as mothers,
you've spoken so well, Chris. Everything that you're saying is really important. The fact that we have help, we need to thank God for that. Our system does allow some help.
Hallelujah.
And that's
why we are here.
Yes, yeah, that's
you
right.
Because we have
my baby.
we have,
gosh, I'm breastfeeding.
Wait, your young child is your youngest is.
I have a 1-year-old.
She has a 1-year-old.
And then I have a 4-year-old. I have a 3-year-old. Yeah. If
otherwise we wouldn't even be here.
That's correct. And you know what? Even with that system in place, even with the assistance, you know what? In the perfect design, it's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to. A woman is supposed to be able to be free. There's no something that's supposed to lock her down. Is not supposed to exist.
Yes.
So I just believe that we need to use our systems. However, our core governance and systems need to change. We need to keep up with the developed nations. We can't be developing forever.
Yeah.
And right now, it's the time for the woman to thrive.
Wow.
That maternity leave needs to be reassessed by the senior governance.
I know.
They need to recheck what the timeline is. In fact, Chris,
that's some of the things you're trying to push for.
Of course. What? We have, it's very serious. We have like paperwork, and we are running. I work with the women reps just to get the information on ground.
Wow.
Yes, it's very important, because the society cannot function fully in its full threshold if we do not manage the systems. So the systems are really important.
Yeah.
We also need to know the why.
The why.
I'll tell you this, Chris. We are so far behind that even remote working has taken over.
Wow.
Meaning the concept of remote work is giving the woman the opportunity to have leave. If you pick the right job, you're going to have enough time to spend with your child.
Yeah.
And it's not that you want to spend time with your child. No, that's not the idea.
Yeah.
It's that you want to ensure that this child has a healthy future.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to be with your child.
Wow.
No matter how much help you get, your child is yours, and they need you there.
Yeah,
so
true.
you need to come from work, and you need to sit down on the ground with your baby. And you need to be there. That's when your child develops. You can get all the YouTubes and all the nannies and everything, and they still, even the nannies, not to rain down on the system, but even they need to be educated and informed. In fact, right now, we have a nanny training going on with Nairobi Hospital, just to ensure that at least there's first aid. You're leaving a child with a nanny who's not even first aid trained.
Yeah. And
even this hot water or like trouble, what happens?
Yeah,
you know?
and I know that to be, you know, it's unfortunate, but you know, these things do happen.
Yeah.
My best friend did lose a 1-year-old just days before his first birthday, because the nanny didn't know what to do when the baby choked. Yeah. And she had just got back to work. So you can imagine how that weighs in on the mental health. Yeah, But I wish we had more time because these conversations need to be discussed
that's
more.
right.
And I love what you're doing. If you want to follow Kezzy, she has a whole nano platform that helps women who are navigating pregnancies, or they've just had newborns, or they're trying to figure out what to do after they've had the babies, and they're trying to get back in their careers. They're trying to remember who they were. You were first minji. You're a girl first. So I love what you do. So please tell everyone where they can find you.
Right.
And
of course,
and some of the programs and that you offer, and
Right.
why, and then talk about the brand strategy, how you even help them, because she's amazing. She will help you, sort of strategize your entire brand online with our digital marketing skills. So tell them.
Right, so Chris, what we run now is called the Queendom.
Yes.
It's Queendom Africa because motherhood is global.
Yes.
So we're moving global.
Yes.
We're just starting off in Kenya.
Queendom Africa.
Queendom Africa. So find us on first of all, www.queendom.co.ke.
Yes.
And then you can locate us on Queendom Africa on all our platforms.
Yes.
From there, we're going to rope you in. We're going to pull you. It's a beautiful network where you get you're informed. We have a community. We have more than 10 WhatsApp groups just to fit you into where your perfect space.
Wow.
If you have a toddler, if you have a teenager, you're still a mom. If you have a new baby, we know where to slot you in.
Yes.
There's weekly episodes and weekly sessions that run. We give you information. We give all sorts of things. So, it's really vibrant in there.
Yes.
And when you come in, we're able to position you well, give you the information that you need. And I think that's what makes a mother thrive.
Wow.
We have
Support.
Support.
Wow.
In fact, if I could leave the viewers with a couple of things, it's one, you need to find a good support system.
True.
All right. So ensure that your support system is well knit, it's tight, and it's safe. When you have a good support system, make sure you get the right information. There's a lot of information going on right now, and it's important that you have the ideal information. All right. Make sure it's well synthesized. We work with specifically doctors and lawyers and finance gurus and anyone in the professional space to ensure that you have the best quality information. And then from there, you need to thrive. So you need to go back to yourself and find out the other areas that you thrive best. All that you can find on the Queendom. So make sure I need to find you, queens. If you are there and you're listening, rope in on the Queendom. Find me, www.queendom.co.ke, and I'll definitely link you in. Chris, I'm waiting to rope you in as well.
Oh my God, I'm in, girl. I'm there. We're doing it. Do hold that thought. Before you leave, I have a segment for you that's a little quick fire. Are you ready?
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm ready.
But before we do that, we're going to take a short commercial break, so don't go nowhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Impact on Social, and drum rolls. We're going to do a little quick fire. Kezzy, are you ready?
No, I'm not, but let's go.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit you with, you just have to answer one or the other.
Okay.
Kezzy. Money or love?
Gosh, love.
Are you sure? Love
I can make the money. I can make the love.
Hautaki kulia kwa Mercedes. All right. Would you rather attend a party or host a party?
Host.
Oh, are you hosting? The host with the mostest?
I hold the mostest.
You love hosting?
Of course.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay. Now you see why she's the queen running the Queendom.
No, I'm running it.
Queendom Africa. All right. Would you rather show or tell?
Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why is that? Would you tell us as you finish with how you want to show them about the Queendom?
Yeah, right. Show or tell. The visual sticks in my mind.
Yes.
I think I'm done. What? Drop mic.
Ooh.
Drop mic. That's it.
No more words.
That's it.
Thank you so much for coming to the show, Kezzy. It has been such a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much, Chris.
So, I hope you guys have seen such an amazing episode this has been with having Kezzy, the queen of Queendom Africa, who helps women such as you and myself to figure out what to do once you've had the children, once you've had that baby, and you're trying to still define who you are, and you're struggling, because women are, I don't think we talk enough about how strong we are, but even strong beings need support system. So as we close today, I hope you guys remember to have an impact wherever you are. But also remember, this show aims to empower, inspire, and uplift you. And today you have heard from Kezzy the Queen. Definitely go check out queendom.co.ke, and also on Instagram and on Facebook. We're going to put all their links down here. Queendom Africa, definitely such an amazing, brilliant person. I can't wait to bring her back in. So if you guys want to see her, definitely comment down here, because we might just have her co-hosting this with me. Hey, what do you think? Until the next one, I am so excited that you came on this show. Please definitely remember to share this on all your platforms. Tag us, Impact on Social. We are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, Impact on Social. I am your host, All Things Chris. Until the next one, stay impactful.